Let's get back to that conversation. Now, the multi-party charter for South Africa met civil society groups today to discuss, amongst other issues, ways in which they can oust the ANC. Joined now by a member of the multi-party charter for South Africa, the United Independent Movement Vice President Fatima Abdool. Fatima, good to have you, and thank you very much for your time. First and foremost, why was it important that as the multi-party party for South Africa, you meet with civil society?
Good evening, and good evening to your viewers as well. Yes, it is indeed very important for all parties that takes the people of South Africa serious to engage with civil society, because civil society is in direct contact with civilians of South Africa. They know exactly where the problems are, indeed because they have started those civil organizations because of a need that they wish to address. So for a political party, or in this case the multi-party charter, to earnestly and really understand the challenges, it is imminent for us to engage with civil society. This was just an introduction. We are looking forward to engaging more on local level, on grassroots level, because in the end it is those people that have all the challenges, as we just heard, the water challenges, electricity challenges, everything that has to do with civilians of South Africa.
One would then say, but why would you want to mobilize support from civil society? Does that not then bring to question the integrity of civil society? Because by their nature, they are supposed to be non-partisan civic actors. Now, if they are going to align themselves with particular political formations, then they cease to be non-partisan.
Well, I will take it from the United Independent Movement. We have been engaging with civil society ever since we started as a political party, because we understood the dynamics of working together with civil society. The intention of today was not for us as multi-party charter political parties to request from civil society to align with us per se. It was merely an exercise for us as multi-party, let me say, partners, to engage and to hear from civil society where the challenges are. They are free to align and vote for whoever they are or want to, but it was important for us to understand the dynamics of civil society. And we would not want them to ever be publicly aligned, because every person has the right to vote for whoever they want to. But they are the sounding board, and also the people that, or the entities that has to keep political parties accountable for their actions. So whatever the discussion and the presentations were, was actually also to remind political parties that this is where we were a few years ago, this is where we are at right now. What are you as political parties, as the multi-party charter, what are you going to do to change what has been done so far?
Yeah, I'm saying that because Action SA's chairperson, Michael Beaumont, made the call. He's saying, no, join the multi-party in the bid to take control of government from the ANC. And that would be a problem if civil society then joins the multi-party, because it's civil society, once again, that would need to hold the government, should the multi-party coalition be in power, that government to account. They play a distinct role. They cannot be part of a government that they need to hold accountable.
I understand what you are asking right now, but the word join does not mean that they have to join the multi-party charter. The word in that instance meant that we would like civil society together with not joining, because it's only political parties that can be part of the multi-party charter. But actually the call is for South Africans, the 14 million who didn't register to vote, the 30 million that is disillusioned, everyone else that is outside the political activities need to join the multi-party charter in our bid to oust the ANC government that has thus far only proven to be most incompetent. That's the meaning of join. It doesn't mean that we want them to join the multi-party charter.
So what are the major issues that were raised by the civil society grouping today as I suppose, the key issues that would change the political sphere of South Africa?
The most common theme amongst most of the civil society representation was, of course, the most imminent thing, which is load shedding, which impacts on our economic development, which impacts on job creation, which impacts on a whole lot of other things. That's the one thing that stood out mostly. And then also the safety and security, the justice system of South Africa that has gone to the dogs. Those are the themes that is common amongst all civil society, and which coincidentally is also part of the focus of the multi-party charter, because we know those are the things that is in-your-face problems for civilians of South Africa.
Yeah. What is the conversation amongst the multi-party charter around the unity of the multi-party charter itself, considering, of course, some of the disjointed actions that we are seeing at local government level? Is there a hope that by the time we get to 2024, for example, the conflicts between Action SA and the Democratic Alliance would have been ironed out?
Unfortunately, I cannot answer on behalf of those two parties, but as the United Independent Movement, we would like it to be done so that we can set an example of, showing the citizens that if we can do it on local level, we can do it provincially, and we can also do it nationally. It is also very important for the parties involved and those who might join us later, hopefully, to retain their identity, because it's the same as, I'm going to make a very simple example. Everybody has preferences where they would like to do their grocery shopping. Okay, Pick n Pay, Woolworths, etc. But they are all just outlets where you can buy your groceries. So the voter has a specific identity connected to the parties that they wish to vote for. So we don't want to request parties to, discard their identity. People must still be able to vote for their parties, which they voted for many, many years, and now recently as well. But they must know that those 8 parties, or hopefully 10 parties, is part of a group of parties that is mainly focused on ousting the current government.
Do you see Sarah planning to contest the 2024 general elections, which is, again, a formation of smaller parties coming together? They are not keeping the identities of the party, but they will be working together under the umbrella of Sarah. Do you see that as now a direct competition to the multi-party charter, I beg your pardon, or is it something that is completely different?
I cannot speak on behalf of Sarah. It was quite surprising to see the posters on the polls and so on. And then I learned that it's actually a combination of different parties. It would be interesting to see how that pans out. Look, in the end, it's about going out there, campaigning, encouraging people to register to vote, creating awareness and doing voter education. Whatever effort is put in by whatever entity, political party, grouping, the result will show how much you have worked or not.
Fatima Abdool, appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. United Independent Movement Vice President Fatima Abdool, also part of the multi-party charter for South Africa.